We want to take. All right, over.
The STEM Society.
What to do when the feeling don't feel new? Just tell me that I'm gonna get back. Summertime don't feel like they used to. They tell me that I'm gonna get back.
Welcome back to the STEM Society. My name is Cole Jackson. Episode 48? Episode 48. We're on our way to 50 episodes, man. I cannot believe this. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Thank you guys for coming back. I hope you had a great week. If you cannot tell, I have a bit of a cold. The weather here in the UK is a whole lot different than what I like. It changes every day. And I wasn't prepared for it. So if I sound a little congested, or if I sound like if I might cough, or if I cut off in the middle of something and I cough or whatever, please, no disrespect. I'm a little congested, and it's just like I'm getting used to being over here in the UK. But thank you guys for coming back. I hope you guys enjoyed the second episode of the Hip Hop Survival Guide, only on the Patreon. Yeah. If you want to continue to support me on my content creator journey, please go to the Patreon. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Patreon. We have Hip Hop Survival Guide. I did drop a free piece of content, which was the content where I was talking about the Bando Stone album and it having low sales. And I dropped that on YouTube and I dropped it on Patreon. I don't know if I'm going to continue to... I don't know which one I'm going to drop it on more. We'll see. I got a lot of great feedback from that also. I thought that was like amazing. Thank you for everybody who actually gave me comments. So let me explain the show for you guys right now. This is not the original version. I had to go back and re-record it because Kanye decided to drop Vultures Volume 2 during my recording. So yeah, I got an alert on my phone telling me that Vultures dropped, and I had to redo everything all over again. So some of my opinions might be good. Maybe I had to cut a story or something like that. I try to keep these shows at like to 45 minutes max. And I had the albums, everything I had made sense. Now it doesn't because Kanye came through and fucked up everything yet again. But show must go on. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into new releases.
New releases.
Let's get into it. Kanye West drops Vultures Volume 2. It is 16 tracks, 51 minutes long. It's okay. Like, it's not better than Volume 1 to me. It didn't really do anything different. What do I have on my initial notes? Because I wrote notes down while I was doing this because I was like, yo, I really want to like. So the album feels a lot weirder, if that makes sense. I don't know what the fuck Kanye West is doing anymore. I don't. The production is the production is here, man. Like Kanye West still knows how to produce the fuck out of an album. So let me get that out the way right now. I think there's a lot more Ty Dolla $ign on here, which I think all of us expected to happen. I think that's a very good thing because Ty Dolla $ign showed his ass off. The features, which they don't have listed, I'm on Genius now because I had to find the features. Don Toliver, Kodak Black, Playboi Carti, Future, Wayne. He has Chicago and Northwest on here. Charlie Wilson. He's got Young Thug on here. On Rivers, people was waiting on that Rivers song. Future, Lil Durk, Lil Baby, Sci-Hi, Designer, and 070 Shake, and Todd Rundgren. So there's a ton of features on this album, and a lot of them work. The promotion song with Future, forget it. Killing. He killed that shit. The husband song, the lifestyle song with Wayne, killed it. Killed it. I'm a big fan of the Dead song, and the Field Trip song was good too. There's some really good slaps on here. I have no idea what the fuck Kanye West is doing anymore. His raps to me make no sense. I don't think that he gives a fuck about rapping anymore. If I'm just throwing it out there. The album dropped on some weird shit. They had a whole situation in Korea where they were gonna do album listening, and next thing I know, the album just drops. Cause I think it got canceled, and then they reposted it, or they rescheduled it, and it just, the album came out of nowhere. So with that, I don't know, man. It was kind of, to me, like they announced it earlier that they was going to drop it. Of course, it didn't drop on the regular time when everything else was dropping. And it came out like the middle of what time was it here? I can't even remember what time it was here, but I know in America it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Whatever. I don't think he did anything innovative. I don't think it's even better than Volume 1. And again, I've only listened to it one time. I don't think Kanye did anything spectacular with this album. It's just okay. Like, it's not bad. Let me just say that right now. It's not a bad album, but I'm not going to go back. I'm going to go back and listen to it to kind of sit with it and kind of get a better understanding. But, like, this shit it's not good to me. I don't personally like it. There are some songs that like I said, the song Rivers, that song Lifestyle, the Dead song's good. Like, I don't know what it is. Let me just say this, and maybe I should just put a pin in this album, but I wanted to make sure I covered it because it dropped in the middle of me recording this. But it don't feel. You can tell that he actually took time on the production side of it. You can tell that he actually put some work in on the production. The production is going to forever sound great, but Kanye's not rapping worth a fuck. I think some of the features ain't working for me. I wasn't super excited about the album. It just kind of just popped up, and now I'm just like, and maybe I'll feel different about it later on, but right now, man, it's just middle of the road. It sounds like your typical, it sounds like a slower version or a more crazy version of Volume 1, if that makes any sense. Typically when I pick up a Kanye West album, I usually am super excited about it, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm ready to like get into it. But I'm like, the antics, as far as like when you drop this shit, the dumbass, shitty ass lyrics that you continue to put out on your fucking on your songs are really disappointing. And why didn't you just make this a Ty Dolla $ign album? Why didn't you just make this a Ty Dolla $ign project and you just did the production and you just find a lot of his homeboys to link up with? That's how I feel about it. I'm not gonna hold you though. The Future and the Wayne feature is fire. The Future feature is fire. The Dirk feature is fire. I enjoyed all of those. But like, now we're getting to the point where it's just like we're getting the same people. Cardi, we got to get like, come on, bro. Like, switch this shit up or do something else, man. Because it's just getting kind of old. I know the Kanye West super fans are gonna get on here and claim this is the greatest album ever. I beg to differ because I've been a Kanye West fan for a very long time. And this is just not on par with everything else that he's been doing. So, And again, this is just an initial reaction. I hadn't too long listened to it. I'm not really super excited about it, so I'm just trying to be real with y'all about it, man. It's okay. It could use better lyrics. I have to give Dolla a whole lot more props because he really showed out on this album for real. He is continuously being the glue to this collab shit. I don't want to wait another fucking 6-7 months for volume 3, especially if it's gonna sound more like this. Like, I just want you to go ahead and just get the shit out, man, and just do what you're supposed to do. And all of this other crazy bullshit that you've been doing before these albums. Like, that nigga hasn't been in the media since he dropped his whole interview with the quote guy. You know what I'm saying? When he was talking about Drake. Yeah, he even has a Drake diss on here on the song 530, where I think, make sure I get the, you a fake bitch, you really don't love Ye, bitch. Go listen to Drake, bitch. I can't make these lyrics up. I can't make these lyrics up, man. Look. I know the internet is buzzing, going crazy right now over him dropping this on a random ass fucking time. But if I'm being real with y'all, I just can't. This is not Vultures Volume 1. I think it's a nice try. I think it's a nice transition into the third volume. Nah, it ain't enough slaps here for me. I'm going to go back to the album because, again, this is just initial reactions. This is just me initially. Like I said, I hadn't too long listened to it, and I kind of just wanted to go ahead and get some of my thoughts out now. But as of right now, I'm just going to stick a pin in this. I'm going to go back, and maybe I'll give you guys some. Maybe I'll talk about it again, solo dolo, when I get the time to sit with it. All right, so JPEGMAFIA dropped I Lay Down My Life For You. 14 tracks, 41 minutes long. So let me get this out of the way first, since everybody's kicking Drake in the balls. I was going to listen to JPEGMAFIA before the whole headline about Drake diss anyway. He had an album. Him and Danny Brown had an album come out last year. It's called Scaring the Hoes, which I thought was a very good album. I wasn't really hip to Danny Brown like that until I listened to him and JPEGMAFIA do an album together. But I wanted to hear this because I really enjoy JPEGMAFIA's his production. Now, let me tell you, for all these, a lot of you people who want traditional boom bap hip hop and all that, JPEGMAFIA don't do that shit. He is very very alt hip hop dude. He does a lot of electro type stuff. You get a lot of guitar riffs. Again, I always go to like Paris, Texas, as one of the alt groups I love listening to, alt hip hop groups. AG Club, people like that. Like he's very alt. So if you're looking for some boom bap or some going to the, oh yeah, we going back, taking it back, you ain't getting that shit here. So let me give JPEG his props on production. He produced the hell out of this album. It sounds solid. It does have a lot of electro stuff going on, but some of the samples that he took and he just drops them in on certain places, man, it really, really makes the album sound good. I really enjoyed that part of it. He's got a song here called Ex-Military where he starts with a sample from a song called After Laughter, which most of y'all niggas know that from like a Wu-Tang song called Tears. The song has the sample throughout the whole song. He switches the beat like maybe 3 times on this song, and it goes from like low to high and then back down low again. So that's one of the things, and the song's actually fire ass song. Probably my favorite song on here. Most of the raps are aggressive. He has a lot of like angsty type music going on, or he's really kind of just like, I'm mad at the world, or the world, y'all niggas ain't shit, or he just be on some angry, aggressive type stuff, which I like coming from somebody like him. I think he has such he's so talented. JPEGMAFIA is talented as hell, and people pushing this because of the Drake diss, they're fucking stupid, because that's what people are getting clicks from now anyway. So get past all of that. So around about track 11, everything kind of slows down. But track 11 has this song called On or Off, either On or Off Drugs. Slows the tempo down, a lot more musical. The crazy thing was he took this AI YouTube blues singer song and he sampled it. I'm gonna actually put the actual song in the description if you guys want to hear what he sampled. And I was like, yo, that's kind of dope. Like, he literally just sampled an AI blues singer and put it in this song. Probably the best song on the album, but my favorite song is gonna still be Ex-Military. But this is number 2 in my eyes. But the song's fucking crazy, bro. Like, how he put all of that shit together on that either on or off drugs, amazing. Amazing. I don't know why we're not talking about JPEGMAFIA more. The dude has been consistent with his work. He hasn't really. I started listening to him back in 2021 when he came out with Offline, which I thought was really good. I know he had a history before that, but the dude's really good. Now, he did have 3 features on here. Vince Staples shows up, Denzel Curry, and Buzzy Lee. Vince Staples shows up on New Black History. Very good, very good. He had a very good feature on there. Vince Staples showed up and showed his ass. I was kind of disappointed with the Denzel Curry feature. I thought it was going to be better. The song's called JPEG Ultra, which I was excited to get to that song because I thought Denzel Curry was going to kill it. It really didn't. That song was not really one of my favorite songs on here. I wish it could have been better, but it wasn't. But all in all, man, the features, it was only one feature that I enjoyed. It was the Vince Staple one. Go listen to Black History Month. You'll like that. But other than that, man, I think he put together a very cohesive album, strongly produced, very strongly produced. I really enjoyed the ride that it took me on also. So I will be returning to this album. JPEGMAFIA has gave me back-to-back albums that I have completely enjoyed. If you have not listened to Scaring the Hoes with him and Danny Brown, go listen to that album. That album is like really good. And if you want to kind of get to know Danny Brown, that album will help you a whole lot. Just the type of music and the type of time that he's on. Go check that shit out. So yeah, I will be returning to JPEGMAFIA. The name of the album is I Lay Down My Life For You. All right, y'all. So for the last album for new releases, Killer Mike dropped Songs for Sinners and Saints, 10 tracks, 40 minutes long. Why is Killer Mike preaching? Killer Mike is preaching. This album sounds like, for a lot of my people out here, you got to go to your grandma's house in the South for 2 weeks, and one of them weeks you got to go to church every day. That's what this album sounds like, which is not bad. Like, I'm talking about Southern church, like Southern church. The album is very, very good. I think he calls this the epilogue to Michael, and I think this is, again, he put together a fucking phenomenal album yet again. This shit, he had a song called Humble Me that came on, and I said, this shit bumping, and then I had to be like, I'm sorry, God, because Killer Mike was preaching on that song so hard, I felt like I was disrespecting the Lord, man. It just reminds me of like the old school Goody Mob. It gives me a lot of messages about hope, appreciation of life, testimonies. Like, people they feel like he giving his testimony on this album. It's very good with like a lot of great production on there. Cuz Lightyear did a ton of the production on here, which I think he did a phenomenal job. It's one of those albums, bruh, where, you know, I was, if you guys watch Hip Hop Survival Guide, the first episode, I was talking about ATLiens. It's basically church with a better beat. Like, it slaps. It slaps. Like, he has so many wonderful it's Southern conscious rap. So many good conscious, and great stories on here, just telling people about how it is to just trust in what your faith and God and all this other stuff. On top of him giving us the songs, what was it, for the slumbers, with slumbers for the junkies. It's a 10-minute song on here, which is basically him talking about different things that happened in his life, like when he had got this woman pregnant and she had to get an abortion and lose his child, and then moves into the side, another side of a story where he talks about how he had a conversation with a fiend, but it's a twist at the end. I don't want to tell the twist of the song, but like, that's a 10-minute long song, bro, but it just spoke to me, and it just gave me just a message about like how life works, or what things how things happen in life so much and stuff like that. I think Killer Mike is doing God's work yet again with music like this, and it don't sound bad. He even gets hood at the end of it. The cool thing about this album is the very beginning of this album, you're going to get a lot of just him preaching to you about what God has done, what he can do, so on and so forth. And then when you get towards the end, you get some old school 90s 3-6 Mafia sounding stuff. He does have a couple songs produced by DJ Paul. So if you know me, you already know if there's a Memphis sounding song on a 90s Memphis sounding song on here, I'm gonna listen to it. He's got the 97 3-6 freestyle, which is produced by DJ Paul, and then he had, what was the other one? I had to Still Talking That Shit, also produced by DJ Paul. Both of those are just some old school, like, let me just show y'all niggas I can still rap type songs, and I love that shit. He gave us a great combination of great rapping, great production, songs with messages on there, and he gave us some good old fashioned Killer Mike, I can still get on microphone and out rap y'all niggas type shit. I think this album is a nice break from what I've been listening to. A lot of modern shit, a lot of, like, this week has just been a lot of like alt hip hop type shit that I've been listening to, and this album brought me back to my Southern roots yet again. Listening to just Killer Mike give us hope, as he always does. I feel like I needed to go to church this week because I was sick, and this album brought me out of my sickness a little bit. I don't think we appreciate Killer Mike enough, man. I think we don't. I don't think we talk about him enough. I don't think we give him his praise. Yes, I know he won Hip Hop Album of the Year, so on and so forth, but fuck that. This album was unbelievably great, and I really do hope you guys take time out to listen to Songs for Sinners and Saints, 10 tracks. It's worth your time, bro. It is completely worth your time. I'm most definitely going to be returning to this album.
Tell them that it's human nature. Wow. Do me like, yeah. I feel like it's quite amazing alone. Don't take offense to this, but I'd rather stay in my zone. My status make it unknown. Why choose to think like a peasant? My stature made for a throne. You rather say that I've changed than to actually say that I've grown, but shit.
So it's a whole thing with Yachty. Yachty just got finished talking about quitting social media after a bunch of his top hot takes he posted this week. It's pretty interesting. Here's the video that he dropped saying he was going to leave social media.
I'm getting the fuck out there. I'm not doing no more talking. I don't got shit else to say. I'm gone off this internet shit. I think I'm gone for the rest of the year. I swear to God, I ain't talking. I ain't got shit else to say. Contracted to do this podcast shit, unfortunately, but contracted to. But I ain't posting no more shit. I'm not posting no fits. I ain't got shit to say. I'm deleting the apps off my phone. Swear to God, I'm so off the shit. I'm not tweeting. I'm minding my fucking business, twin.
So a lot of that came off the heels of his Flagrant interview that interview he had on Flagrant Podcast, where he was sitting down talking about how he leaked Super Soak featuring Drake to Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat played the whole song. He got it out there. So apparently he leaked the song because the social media influencer named Mr. Hotspot wouldn't okay the sample. So of course he got mad and just leaked the damn song and felt like that he was okay. It was okay for him doing that. Here's a quote. I sent the song to Kai to leak. We couldn't get the sample cleared, so just let Kai play it. So that it's not coming out, but it's everywhere. The influencers we sampled, he went down a Christian path, so we couldn't clear it. That was what he said out on the Flagrant podcast. Why would you do that? We know how shitty the record industry can be. The music industry is like full of shit and people suck. And you just kind of justified everything. I think it's fucked up because of just the simple fact that, like, if that was his music, he would go crazy. All you're doing is just keeping the same practices that's been going on for the last 50 years, continuously doing the same thing that people have been doing to, rappers. There was nothing fair about what he did. That was a bit, how can I put it? That was a bit spoiled of you to go ahead and just drop that man's stuff without thinking anything about what he deserved. And it's like you got pissed off because he said he's going down a Christian path. I don't know if you guys listen to the Super Soak song, but it ain't got nothing to do with Christianity. I can tell you that right now. But at the end of the day, it's like, how would you feel if somebody leaked your stuff? I mean, he did go on to say in the interview that somebody leaked Poland, but that ended up being a hit. Now, that could have been hit or miss. He's okay. He's saying that's a part of the, he was like, that's part of the industry. Leaks is a part of the industry. It happens. But like, can't you understand that man's side? If he's going down a Christian path, why would you leak his music or why would you leak this? If he doesn't want to be equated to the sexual stuff that y'all are talking about on Super Soak, shouldn't you respect that man's wishes even though he didn't bow down to who you are and what you do? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. The arrogance that came with that really pissed me off, and I thought it was nothing fair about that. Like, he could have easily just said, you know what? Let's just not fuck with the song. He wanted to get some buzz. He wanted to get something going on for himself, and it just came off as just arrogant, spoiled, and a shitty person. And now the fact that people are calling you out for that on top of your take with Atlanta and New York style, which, if we're being honest, man, Atlanta has been leading the way in fashion for a little while now. I'm just going to let me keep it a stack with y'all. Like, Atlanta been doing it for a minute now. But tucking your tail and running and hiding, man, just ain't the way for me, bro. Like, you need to take that on the chin, because at the end of the day, you sat up there and you took the arrogance of you being this megastar and doing whatever the fuck you wanted with that man's shit. Nah. No, man. Tucking your tail and hiding just ain't the way. But again, it's Yachty. I think Yachty gets out here and says a lot of crazy stuff, or he says whatever the fuck he wants to say. Then he's just like, oh shit, like, these people are crazy. And then just tucks his tail and hide. We not gonna do that, man. That's just, I don't feel like it's cool. I don't think it should have happened that way. I feel like he should go ahead and take it on the chin, pause if I need to, and just face the facts that you did some fucked up shit. And you make stupid comments. The thing about Yachty that I don't get is, he's such a fucking he's a great mind in music that I feel like nobody really understands. Like, the things that he has, like, done or the stuff that he's written has been amazing. The ear that he has for music is great. I think a lot of people was jumping on him because he had just, in that same interview, talked about he had just heard the Black album for the first time. A lot of people are upset. For me, it makes sense. A lot of these artists don't have a sense of hip-hop history, bro. And that's just how it is. And some people's hip-hop history probably goes as far as 2000. They don't go past that. I wish a lot of these artists would take time out to kind of learn the industry and learn their peers when it comes to being a part of this. Like studying the game, studying music or studying your hip hop and stuff like that, that just should be a part of it. Knowing your hip hop history, because all it's going to do is make you a better artist. It's going to make you a better writer. It's going to make you a better producer. All of that stuff is. So, and I think he looks at music outside of hip hop as well. I know he mentioned Coldplay a couple of times and some other groups. So I get it, but you foul for that, bro. For leaking that song like that, that's foul. It's just super foul. And for you to just sit here and be like, well, I'm just going to shut it down because the internet's going crazy. You niggas are crazy. Man, you did this to yourself. You did it to yourself. So that's all I'm saying is take the hit on the chin and stop being a punk and just say I fucked up. But I don't think it should have went that way. All right, last thing, guys. Let me preface this really quick by saying it's none of my business who you vote for. I don't want to push you one way or the other because that's not my job. I'm not going to be touching politics on here. I think a lot of people feel like we should. I personally feel like that's your business. You do your own research, and it is what it is. But Meg Thee Stallion performed at Kamala Harris's, what was it, her rally? Make sure I get this right. I don't want to say party. I might get beat up. Yeah, Meg performs at Kamala Harris's presidential campaign rally in Atlanta. So a lot of y'all are just like, well, Cole, if you're not going to talk about like politics, why are you bringing this up? I'm bringing it up because there's so much fake outrage behind this. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, we've seen people do worse to get a bag before. That's all I mean. Let's be honest. We've seen a lot of people do a lot worse to get a bag. And the way people have gone in on this, or the way people have dogged this girl out about this, or went in on this whole situation, they're playing with, how can I put it? They're doing things to get the black vote that they think will pull black people in to vote for their particular person. Both sides are. And none of it is clean. Let's just be completely honest. It's not going to be clean. And if we continue to sit up here and be like, well, you know, they're using this person for this and this rapper for this. Look, bruh. I've been living long enough to know that politics they're going to do the most niggerish shit ever to appeal to a side, to the black side of things that they don't really realize, don't give a fuck about that shit. Nobody's gonna move one way or the other because Meg performed at a fucking rally, bruh. Like, nobody gives a fuck. The thing about it is, the way people have went in and the think pieces that I've seen on social media about this shit, that's where it's kind of fucked up. Want to know why? Because if you were in that position, you would have took the money too. And if you're thinking that Meg didn't get paid for that performance, you're stupid. Everybody has a price, bruh. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck what you say. You have a price. If that's what she felt like she had to do to get a bag, then she got a bag for it. Do we really feel like those are her real politics? I know she put a video out talking shit about why people was dogging her out about her performance at the rally. People were mad because it was like, she's twerking over there on the... Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. I don't think Meg Thee Stallion is shifting. I don't think she's shifting people's votes one way or the other. It's just kind of ridiculous, some of the things that I've seen on the internet or what people have said about this woman. When at the end of the day, if you needed some money, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all would have took the same money that she did to do the same shit she was doing. And it was like, oh, she's twerking. We're shucking and jiving now. Nigga, they been shucking it. We had a whole vice president, no, not vice president. We had a whole Hillary Clinton out here with hot sauce in her fucking purse, bro. Pandering. It's pandering. Politicians pander. It happens. Do people get paid to help them with the pandering? Yes, it's in the budget. So let's not sit up here and try to fucking cast the first fucking stone at somebody when you know good and fucking well at the end of the day, you got a price. You would have did the same thing if somebody would have put a fucking shit ton of money in your face. And all she did was perform in a pantsuit. She was shaking her ass in a pantsuit of all things. That's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. She shook her ass in a pantsuit. Jesus. But it happened. She got paid for it. I'm pretty sure she got paid for it. Meg is not finna. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I don't think Meg's gonna do a performance for Kamala Harris for free. That's bullshit, and you know it, and I know it. But can we just kind of back off of judging people and throwing stones and being pieces of shit towards these people because of them taking some money to do what they do best, which is perform? Sometimes people turn shit down because they have a fucking moral structure that don't allow them to do certain things. But sometimes people's just like, I'm finna get this money. It's out here. I'm getting it. And I think we kind of know which way she chose. But to be so critical about somebody who, if we're being honest, you would have did the same thing. A lot of y'all don't hold that mirror up to yourself and say the same things you say about the person that you're talking shit about. I don't know Meg Thee Stallion from a can of paint. I've never met her before. I don't know what type of person she is, but I know that if I'm offered a certain amount of money to perform or do something, I'll take it. If it's doing what I do now and what I do best, yeah, I have a price, just like everybody else. So let's not sit up here and act like we're better than anybody else, or we're holier than thou, or anything else, or we sit on this pedestal. Let the shit go. Figure out how you're going to maneuver through these streets after the president gets in office. And shouts out to NLE Chopper, bruh. If you didn't see this video with NLE Chopper talking about like what we need to do as far as like local elections, go check that video out. I'll probably put it, I think he posted it on Instagram. I'm going to put it in the description, but ain't nobody talking about this man saying, yo, think about the local elections, breaking down what we need to be able to be powerful. Like, if he was talking about slut me out, y'all niggas would be going crazy. But NLE Chopper did some cool shit, and I think he needs to be spotlighted for it instead of just talking shit about him and slut me out and all this other bullshit. But that's all I had to say. I just wanted to say my piece about that because I just feel like people have been going too hard on social media over some shit. When you just really kind of want to be the cool, popular person, it's annoying at this point. Like, too many people know too much about each other's politics, and it's just sickening to me. So calm down, chill out, and start looking in the mirror before you start judging other people. Jesus. All right, so it is way past my time. Thank you guys for joining me for another episode. I know this episode is probably going to look crazy. I am still pretty sick, but I had to get you guys an episode out. Thank you for supporting me. Hopefully I can start showing some vlogs and stuff like that of what's been going. Well, when I actually start going places in the UK, I've been I'm a bit under the weather, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This episode damn near killed me. I'm still kind of sick, so just be patient with me. I'll make sure I get you guys some good content this next episode. But thank you for joining me for STEM Society. I'll catch you guys next episode. Peace out.
Thank you for joining the STEM Society.